Well, here we are, floating about countless other galaxies in the vastness of deep space. Can you spot our galaxy, the Milky Way? I can't either. Let's zoom in a little closer. Our Earth orbits a sun on the outer edges of the Milky Way galaxy, a rather ordinary star amongst billions. Let's zoom in even closer. Do you know what makes our planet so special? The answer is clearly visible from space. If you guessed liquid water, you'd be right. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. No other planet or moon in our solar system has liquid water on its surface. And without water, there is no life. The earliest forms of life developed in water around 3 billion years ago. The existence of water in the form of liquid, gas, and ice is vital in creating and sustaining life on Earth. The Earth is located in what is called the habitable zone of our solar system. Too much closer to the Sun, and water could only exist as a gas, or maybe not at all. Too much farther from the Sun, and water could only exist as ice. So as you can see, we live in a very special place in the galaxy. You could say we live in a sort of safe zone, where life can grow and flourish in many different forms. But we are abusing our planet. We take our fresh water supply for granted by wasting water, and we do it every day. With 70% of the Earth's surface covered in water, you may wonder how we could possibly run into a shortage of fresh water. Well, let's break it down and take a look at exactly how much fresh water the Earth has on its surface. Let's say this sphere represents 100% of the water on Earth. Well, the oceans contain 97% of the Earth's water, and as we all know, the oceans contain salt water, not fresh water. So that already leaves only 3% of Earth's water that is fresh. Out of that 3%, about 70% of fresh water is frozen in the Antarctic ice sheet. It covers nearly all of the Antarctic continent and is the largest single mass of ice on Earth. That leaves us with just about 1%, and almost all of that final 1% is below your feet. No matter where on Earth you're standing, chances are that somewhere beneath your feet, the ground is saturated with water. In the end, of all the fresh water on Earth, only about 0.3% is contained in rivers and lakes, which is where most of the water we use in our everyday lives exists. All these numbers and percents can get a little confusing, so let's lay it out simply. If all of the Earth's water is represented by this basketball, the readily available fresh water would be about the size of a marble. But where does fresh water come from? Earth's water is always changing states. Let's take a trip through the water cycle and see what we can discover. The water cycle has no starting point, but let's begin in the oceans, since this is where most of our water exists. Our sun drives the water cycle by heating up the oceans and other large bodies of water. This causes the water to evaporate into the air and become a gas. Rising air currents take the vapor up into the atmosphere, where cooler temperatures condense this vapor into clouds. The atmosphere is the expressway used to move water around the globe, causing cloud particles to collide, grow, and fall out of the sky as precipitation. Because of this superhighway in the sky, water that evaporated near Australia can easily fall as rain in North America. Some precipitation falls as snow or hail, accumulating as glaciers and ice caps. Other precipitation will fall back into the oceans or on land in the form of rain. No matter what form the precipitation takes, it all falls to the Earth as fresh water. Whether it takes 10,000 years or 2 days, all the water will eventually make the journey back to the ocean, where the process begins all over again.